Good afternoon again to all of you. We are ready to begin our ceremony. Please silence your electronic devices and stand if you are able for our processional.
Please remain standing for the invocation led by Sarah Gerwig, Professor of Law and Director of Experiential Learning.
Let us pray. O God, be with us now. Come and be with us in our celebration, in our reflection as we pause in this joyous moment. Help us be humble as we reflect on all the help that we all needed to get to this day. Help us remember the reasons that we are here. In your name we pray. Amen.
Please be seated. On behalf of our more than 9,000 students, 1,500 faculty and staff, and more than 90,000 living alumni of Mercer University, it's my great privilege today to welcome you to the 2024 commencement of the university's Walter F. George School of Law. Established in 1873, our School of Law is one of the first law schools in the South, a school with a tremendous legacy of producing great leaders, including 12 governors, 4 U.S. senators, an attorney general of the United States, scores of congressmen, including the legendary Carl Vinson. The legacy continues today, where our graduates serve as Chief Justice of the Georgia Supreme Court, President pro tem of the State Senate, House Majority Leader, and dozens of federal and state judges. Most importantly, graduates of this law school include outstanding lawyers doing great work on behalf of their clients throughout Georgia and the United States. We're obviously proud of this legacy, and we're proud of those of you who are here today graduating. You today become a part of this magnificent legacy. Graduation is certainly a defining event in the life of each of you who's graduating. Each of you have crossed new thresholds of understanding and experience, explored new intellectual terrain, and envisioned new prospects for your lives and your careers. This event is also a tribute to all of you who have family and friends who are graduating today. Your resolve, your patience, your encouragement have enabled them to make this journey. So in addition to their gratitude, I want to convey the university's gratitude for your persistent support. I would also remind all of you that the profession of law is a high calling. It requires that we combine the abilities of mind with the habits of character. This high calling warrants our respect and yours. Let graduation hearten us to the value of the power of reason, to act with principled judgment and respect, and to relate to one another with compassion and integrity. Dean Karen Snedden will now bring greetings from the school.
Welcome to the Mercer University School of Law commencement for the class of 2024. Graduates, today is the culmination of an achievement that has been years in the making. This journey did not begin with your acceptance letter to the law school. It began when you were called to the legal profession to serve. Throughout the journey to law school and through law school, you have shown dedication and commitment. You have also shown resilience and grit as you gain the knowledge, skills, and values necessary to become a member of the legal profession. During your 3 years as diligent law students, you have contributed to our 150-year history. Your experiences will inform your path forward as you become part of our continuing legacy of contributing to the legal profession as you become impactful Mercer lawyers. As an initial matter, I'd like to recognize those who share the stage with me today, and please hold your applause until I introduce them all. We're going to start with our SBA President, Caitlin Varillo. We have Professor of Law and Director of Experiential Education, Sarah Gerwig, who offered our invocation and who will offer our benediction. We have Law School Assistant Dean of Students, Jeannie Zipperer. We then have Mercer University President, Bill Underwood, our commencement speaker, Ivy Cadle, who I'll be more formally introducing in a few moments, and Mercer University Provost, Scott Davis. Please join me in thanking our program participants. Although today is a day for the graduates, is also a day to recognize those who have helped the graduates on their journey. I'd like to ask the loved ones in the audience to stand so that we can share our appreciation for you. So loved ones, I mean it, stand up so we can go ahead and applaud for you. Thank you for all of the support and guidance you have shared with the graduates. You have been with them on their many joys of law school, as well as a few frustrations that they have had along the way. We thank you for all of that encouragement and support. In addition to those on the stage and in the audience who have encouraged the graduates to achieve their goals, the Mercer Law School staff and faculty have encouraged the graduates and supported them during these last 3 years. I'd like to ask the law school staff and faculty to stand and accept our appreciation for their commitment to the success of the graduates. I know the graduates have appreciated the wise counsel and dedicated teaching that has guided the professional development both in and out of the classroom. Now, to continue with our celebration, I am delighted to have the opportunity to introduce our commencement speaker. Ivy Cadle is an accomplished lawyer, recognized leader, and dedicated member of the community, and he quite simply exemplifies what it means to be a Mercer lawyer. Ivy graduated from Mercer Law in 2007, and upon graduation, he became an associate at Baker Donaldson, where he is now the office managing shareholder for Baker Donaldson's office in Atlanta and in Macon. Ivy describes himself as a dirt lawyer. And what that means is his areas of specialty include real estate, eminent domain, land use, zoning, conservation easements, and commercial lending litigation. So first-year property was inevitably a favorite of Ivy when he was a law student. He helps his clients, which include fast food franchisors and franchisees, hotel investors, hospitals, cellular service providers, banks, insurance companies, shopping center developers, just to name a few. He helps them comply with the law, solve problems, but also to seize opportunities. He is a person of many talents. In addition to a JD, he has a master's of accountancy, and he is certified as a multi-engine commercial pilot with instrument training. He has continued his involvement with Mercer Law by serving as a panelist for many student organizations, volunteering to bench advocacy competitions, and conducting our most recent charity auction hosted by the Association of Women Law Students, where we raised a record sum thanks to his enthusiasm. He also teaches as an adjunct at the law school, and that does not surprise me because people who know Ivy well talk about him as an attorney who counsels clients with the heart of a teacher, and that is a side that I know many of you have had the opportunity to see. The course he teaches is called Accounting for Lawyers, and it is designed to provide students with an understanding of basic accounting principles and their practical applications to the practice of law. This fall, I had the opportunity to talk with one of his students before they were taking the final exam. The student told me he really likes accounting. There was a pause there, and I said, yes. And the student continued, he really likes accounting. And I said, okay. And he said, you know what? He actually makes us realize that accounting is really fun. Ivy's active in many communities. During the pandemic, he flew test specimens to labs outside of Georgia to ensure prompt test results could be gained so that people could get the necessary care. His biography, which is included in the commencement booklet, shares his recognitions and awards, which includes the Baker Donaldson Atlanta Office Pro Bono Award in 2022 and our own Mercer University School of Law Young Alumni Council Volunteer of the Year Award in 2023. His service extends to the bar and his leadership roles, including having served as the president of the Macon Bar Association, and those are listed in your program as well. I want to specifically note that on June 8th, 2024, he will be sworn in as the 62nd president of the State Bar of Georgia. Please join me in welcoming our commencement speaker, Ivy Cadle.
Thank you. Thank you very much. President Underwood, Provost Davis, Dean Sneddon, thank you for those incredible remarks. I appreciate it so much. Members of the platform party, our esteemed faculty, family, friends, and most importantly, the class of 2024. In addition to Dean Sneddon's greetings to the families of the graduates, I also want to extend a happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers who are here. Without you, these folks would not be sitting down on the arena today. And I know that probably some of the folks on the floor of the arena today are also mothers themselves. So a happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers, and I'd like to take a minute to recognize you. In preparing for my remarks today, it dawned on me that I've graduated 5 times. I can only name one commencement speaker. So 17 years ago, I sat in your seats, and I can tell you the things I remember, and they include the fact that I was ready to go celebrate with my friends and get my hands on the tube that sits in front of you such that I could truly be a graduate. So in planning my remarks, I'm very much aware that I stand between you and whatever celebration you have planned. I can promise you if this speech is not memorable, it will at least be relatively brief. I took much inspiration for my remarks today from Admiral William McRaven's commencement address to the University of Texas. And I did what any good lawyer does. I appropriated much of that for my remarks here today. If you've seen that address, which I highly encourage you to check out, you know that Admiral McRaven centered his address around the University of Texas's slogan, "What starts here will change the world." Well, I have lived in Georgia my entire life. I am no Navy SEAL, I've never been to war, and I'm certainly no 4-star admiral, so I tried something closer to home. And in doing that, I found a slogan from Mercer Law, "Practice with purpose." So now that the graduates are starting a new chapter in their personal and professional lives, I thought I would offer 5 perspectives and a few stories on what it means to me to practice with purpose. If you want to practice with purpose, my first point is to do the duty that lies nearest. This is a twist on everything you learned in class. If you remember, you learned in ethics about the duty of confidentiality that we owe to our clients. In torts, you learned about the duty of care. And in contracts and contractual drafting classes, you learned how to draft provisions that set forth duties between the parties. However, as you embark on your legal career, be it in private practice, service to the public, or in academia, you will find that you have a whole set of new duties to balance. You'll now add duties to your clients, duties to your colleagues, new duties to your family as it changes and evolves over time, and importantly, the duty that you owe to yourself to stay sharp and fit so that you can figure all this out. These competing duties will make it difficult to know what to do next. And so, as I said, I encourage you as you practice with purpose to do the duty that lies nearest. What does that mean? It sounds like a term of art like you learned in law school. I would tell you the duty that lies nearest is you. Your first duty is to take care of your mind, your body, and your spirit. And if you take care of yourself, you will trust yourself. And in that spirit of well-being and trust, you then have the space to reflect on everything that's tugging you in different directions. And in that moment of reflection, you will find clarity and you will plainly see the duty that lies nearest. If you want to practice with purpose, do the duty that lies nearest. Take care of yourself, and the rest will follow. That brings me to my second of 5 points. If you want to practice with purpose, find your superpowers. We all have superpowers. Some of us got to do law review and advocacy. I did not. But if you were not part of Mercer's nationally recognized advocacy program that is led by Dean Powers, which we will take a moment to celebrate, you still have superpowers. So what is a superpower? A superpower is something that you do really well. A superpower is something that's easy for you. It may just be what you do. It's your approach. You really haven't even thought about it. We all have multiple superpowers, and I encourage you to reflect on yours. And by way of example, I'll offer you 3 of mine. My first superpower is I work hard. I can't help it. My parents who are here today, I had to mow the grass. I had all sorts of chores, and it was just expected that you will work hard. So I'm grateful for that was instilled in me, and it's something I just do now. My second superpower is that I ask for help. While I'm a hard worker, I want to work efficiently. So I've worked with counselors to help me show up for my family and my friends. I've got a colleague who I've worked with for the past 5 years who is my professional coach who's helped me build best practices so I can be the best lawyer that I can be. My third example of one of my superpowers is that I say yes. You do not achieve your goals without putting out some risk and saying yes. And I will offer to you that if you do say yes, you will achieve goals that you did not ever think were even in your sphere of possibility. I can tell you that standing up here before you today is one of those goals I had for me. I didn't even know it was a possibility, but here we are. I stand here today before you because I said yes. And so, like me, 17 years ago, the me of yesteryear, many of you may have different aspirations. You may not aspire to be the president of the bar or lead an office, and that's okay. But were you the student who knew the code and the case citations and that was just your wheelhouse? That's a superpower. Are you just simply great at showing up on time and in the right place? That is a superpower. Have you had a challenging life journey in law school or otherwise that gives you a unique perspective that you can share with others? That is a superpower. If you want to practice with purpose, find your superpowers. Number 3, know that your superpowers are critical, but we have all made mistakes. We haven't all done everything right all the time, and I think lawyers are just the worst about being self-critical. And so I want to share this with you. Know that your mistakes of yesterday do not define your tomorrow. One of my mistakes was admittedly my approach to law school. Here's the setup. I arrived at Mercer in 2004 with a biology degree with honors and a master's degree in accounting. I'd spent the previous 2 years working at KPMG, which is a large international Big Four public accounting firm. I came to Mercer focused on leaving a great lawyer, having a good time, and I wasn't really worried about my grades. I felt like I had had plenty of academic success, and I wrongly thought the only reason to work hard for good grades was to get to a big law firm, which I inadvertently wound up in. So I convinced my wife and fellow law school classmate to let me renovate an old home off of Ridge Avenue while I was going through law school and trying to stay married. In hindsight, what a horrible idea. Thankfully, I made it through law school, stayed married, and eventually finished that house 10 years later. To quote the lyrics of Meatloaf, Grammy-winning award musical artist, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. With all that distraction, it comes as no great surprise I was not at the top of my class. I was not particularly decorated member of the folks you see sitting out here before you today. And so when a faculty member approached me about teaching as an adjunct faculty for accounting for lawyers, I received some well-deserved skepticism. A faculty member who will remain nameless said, and I quote, "Do you think Ivy will take us seriously this time? He did not take us very seriously the first time." He was not wrong, and those criticism was well-deserved, but I did not let my past mistakes define my tomorrow. I am incredibly grateful to the faculty at Mercer for giving me a second chance. I love teaching, and I find that teaching my class has been one of the most rewarding and enriching professional experiences of my career. I also used my academic mistakes as motivation to excel at work. You see, I showed up with a chip on my shoulder, and I had something to prove. So I am incredibly proud of my accomplishments. As Dean Sneddon outlined, I've progressed from associate to shareholder to equity shareholder, and now the office managing shareholder at Baker Donaldson's Atlanta office. Our law firm has over 22 offices across 11 states, 650 lawyers, and we're the 83rd largest law firm in the United States. If you want to practice with purpose, know that your mistakes of yesterday do not define your tomorrow. And as we said in Swainsboro, we're on number 4, we're rounding the corner. If you want to practice with purpose, engage in altruism. Give opportunity to others. It is not possible to excel through hard work alone, and our superpowers are not enough. True achievement is driven by opportunities and collaboration that is provided by others. I offer as an example my work with the state bar. My work with the state bar first came to my attention riding back from lunch with one of my colleagues, Carl Varnado, who's a Mercer Law class of 2003, and he told me that the state bar had meetings, and they were commonly at fun places like Amelia Island with a whole bunch of other lawyers. And I heard, this is a great way to get to the beach as a broke new lawyer. How else was I going to pull that off? So my next opportunity came, unbeknownst to me, sitting on the beach. There was a woman, Sarah White, who's still a friend today, Mercer Law class of 2005, and we were just sitting there sharing stories, getting to know each other. So this was at the Georgia annual meeting for the young lawyers of the State Bar of Georgia. And 2 weeks later, Sarah White calls me and says, "Hey, Ivy, would you like to be the secretary of the Macon YLD?" And I exercised my superpower. I said, "Yes." And so for the past 17 years, I have just kept going to bar meetings. If you want to practice with purpose, be Carl Varnado, be Sarah White. Encourage somebody new like me to participate. And if you are somebody new, exercise your superpower. Say yes, take a risk, see how it goes. 17 years later, you might find yourself still going to bar meetings. Number 5, if you want to practice with purpose, and this one may come as a surprise, make your bed every morning. I was never in the military, but somewhere along the way, I learned the satisfaction of making my bed. If I made my bed every morning, I have accomplished the first task of the day. Accomplishing that small task then encourages me to do yet another task. And at the end of the day, by accomplishing many small tasks, I found that I had a successful day. Making my bed reinforces to me that the little things matter. Making my bed reinforces that life is a series of small choices well made. And if by chance I had a miserable day, I will come home to a bed that was well made, that I made. And that will give me the encouragement to get a good night's sleep with the hope of a better tomorrow. So if you want to practice with purpose, start each day by making your bed. Know that the little things matter, that they add up to big things, and that will help you find what you believe to be your success. So in conclusion, if you want to practice with purpose, lean into these 5 ideas. Number 1, do the duty that lies nearest. Number 2, learn and embrace your superpowers. Lean into them. Be confident, number 3, be confident your mistakes of yesterday do not define your tomorrow. Number 4, be altruistic. Give opportunity to others. And finally, make your bed at the start of each day. Remember, the little things matter. And here's the magic. If you do just a few of these things, if you practice with purpose, you can be sure that what you started here at Mercer Law will indeed change the world. So I'm very excited to see each of you practice with purpose and change your world. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ivy, for your thoughtful remarks. I do remember making my bed once. And congratulations on your selection as president-elect of the State Bar of Georgia. That's a great testament to how your colleagues feel about you. Jeannie Zipperer, who serves as Assistant Dean for Student Affairs, will now announce the recipients of student awards.
Good morning, class of 2024. Today, you have so much to celebrate, look forward to, and I'm honored to be with you today to celebrate this occasion. The class of 2024 embodies a spirit of compassion and respectful leadership that we strive to achieve at Mercer School of Law. Your dedication to your communities, acts of charity, and selfless service beautifully showcase the character and qualities that define Mercer lawyers. Well done on your remarkable achievements. On behalf of Dean Snedden, Associate Dean Kundawalla, and the faculty and staff of Mercer University School of Law, it is a pleasure to present several honors to members of the class of 2024. 10 members of this year's graduating class have been selected for membership into the Order of Barristers, a national honorary organization that recognizes excellence in trial advocacy and appellate practice. Members are to be commended for their exceptional service to the Mercer Advocacy Council and to the law school. Will the newest members of the Mercer Law's Order of Barristers chapter please rise? All right, Jaylee Bass, Stephen Greenway, Richard Gregory, Caitlin Isley, Walker Lee, Natalie Peak, Teresa Sizemore, Willie Sizemore, Wood Smith, and Sydney Thompson. Please rise. Congratulations, outstanding. The Brainerd Curry Honor Society is composed of students who have made valuable contributions to the intellectual fabric of the law school, have achieved academic excellence, have participated in law review or Mercer Advocacy Council, and other provided similar levels of service to the law school or legal community. Will the candidates for the Brainerd Curry Honor Society please rise? Katie Anderson, Jaylee Bass, Jordan Bracewell, John Dickey, Stephen Greenway, Caitlin Isley, Christian Miles, Kayla Pfeiffer, Mary Scarlett, Madison Short, Aaron Sinatra, Teresa Sizemore, Jesse Smith, Sydney Thompson, Hunter Wallace, Blake Williamson. Congratulations. You may be seated. Today, I also have the pleasure of congratulating the members of the class of 2024 who have been inducted into membership of the Phi Kappa Phi Honor Society. Phi Kappa Phi is a national honor society that recognizes and promotes academic excellence in all fields of higher education and engages its community of scholars in service to others. Would members of Phi Kappa Phi please stand to be recognized? Jordan Bracewell, Caleb Pfeiffer, and Sydney Thomas. Congratulations. The certificate program in advanced legal writing, research, and drafting. Finally, we would like to acknowledge graduates who have successfully completed the certificate program in advanced legal writing, research, and drafting. Mercer developed the nation's first certificate program in advanced legal writing and drafting and research to supplement its core curriculum and to better prepare students for research or for their professional choices. Students in the certificate program complete an advanced research course, an advanced drafting course, a seminar, and 2 semesters in advanced writing group, as well as passing a grammar and style competency exam and preparing a comprehensive writing portfolio. At this time, will all graduates who have completed the certificate program in advanced legal writing, research, and drafting please stand? Congratulations, an outstanding job. Names of the Order of Barristers, Brainerd Curry Honor Society, Phi Kappa Phi, and Certificate Program in Advanced Legal Writing, Research, and Drafting honorees can be found in your program along with a complete list of student awards that were presented earlier this week. I'm so very proud of everyone in the class of 2024, and I look forward to following your success as Mercer Law School alumni. Congratulations.
The Chief Academic Officer of the university is our Provost, Dr. Scott Davis. Dr. Davis presides over the faculties of each of our 12 schools and colleges. Provost Davis will now present the George Waldo Woodruff Award of Excellence.
Thank you, President Underwood. It is my privilege to present the 2024 George Waldo Woodruff Award of Excellence. The Woodruff Award was established to honor the memory of George W. Woodruff, a distinguished businessman, proponent of education, and a special friend to Mercer. Mr. Woodruff's friendship and generosity made possible the purchase of our law school facility on Coleman Hill, and his bequest to the law school ensures its stability and success for years to come. The Woodruff Award is the most prestigious award a law student may receive and is given to the graduating student having the highest cumulative grade point average or academic average for all 3 years of law study. At this time, I ask Stephen Jefferson Greenway, Jr. to come forward. You can read all about Mr. Greenway in the program you received today. He's a very impressive Army veteran and also graduate of the law school. Stephen Jefferson Greenway, Jr., I present to you the 2024 George Waldo Woodruff Award of Excellence. Let's move that so Lee can see. I now present to you the Editor-in-Chief of the Mercer Law Review, Savannah Holly Hall, who will present the Reynold J. Kosick Excellence in Teaching Award.
Would Professor Gary Simpson please join me at the podium? Professor Simpson, please accept this plaque on behalf of the Mercer Law Review and the class of 2024 in recognition of your distinguished career and legendary teaching. Thank you. Thank you.
Dean Snedden will now present the candidates for the Juris Doctor degree.
Will the candidates for the Juris Doctor degree please rise? President Underwood, I have the honor of presenting the candidates for the degree of Juris Doctor. These candidates have been recommended by the faculty of Mercer's School of Law, approved by the University Board of Trustees, and I now request that you confirm upon them the degree of Juris Doctor.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and the Dean of the Walter F. George School of Law, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Mercer University, it is my great privilege to hereby confer upon each of you the degree Juris Doctor. Congratulations. If you would, please remain standing, graduates.
As I give the charge to the graduates, I ask that the graduates remain standing, but the rest of you actually can sit down if you're still standing, so thank you. On behalf of the faculty, the administration, and the trustees of the university, I congratulate you on your achievements that have brought you to this important time of recognition and commencement. The promise of learning neither began nor will it end with the law degree that you have earned. Learning is, after all, a lifelong endeavor. Learning will carry you into new avenues of service and professional leadership. The completion of this academic degree signals a new era of expectation and achievement in your personal and your professional lives. Your work and your relationships through this educational process have grown and matured by your resolve to seek knowledge and by your willingness to think critically and reason analytically. Our charge to you is to take up the mantle of responsibility of learning and professional commitment with a devotion to the habits of thought and the habits of character that will enable you to see this day as a defining moment of your life. You are here today because you recognized your talent and your potential, and your loved ones, friends, and teachers have encouraged you to fulfill your dreams. What you have learned and the relationships that have begun here are the foundation for your continued contributions and achievements in the months and years to come. Our challenge to you today, as you embark on your professional life beyond the School of Law, is to face each day with the strength to be thoughtful, the grace to be compassionate, the courage to engage in your work with integrity and regard of respect. We congratulate you on your achievements as we continue to encourage and support your progress in the legal community. I now invite your loved ones and all of the staff and faculty of the School of Law to join me in saluting this graduating class of 2024. You may be seated. Now, in just a moment, we are going to begin the hooding ceremony, and it's what many of us have gathered here to witness. Your loved one walking across the stage to be hooded and then presented with their letter commemorating this achievement. It is a joyous occasion that is a major milestone in the life of these graduates. And I'm going to ask you, loved ones, to do something that is going to be very difficult. On behalf of the graduates in the university, I am going to ask you to wait to share your enthusiasm until all of the graduates have walked across the stage. I know it's going to be really tempting to applaud and cheer as you see your loved one walk across the stage, but I ask that you refrain from applause and cheers so that we can hear the names of all of the graduates and so that the graduates can absorb the moment that they have worked so hard. Having order and decorum underscores the respect that these individuals have earned by completing their studies. We appreciate your cooperation in making this event a tribute to the dedication and commitment that these graduates have shown through this respectful observation. Once all of the graduates have walked across the stage, I promise you we will make a lot of noise. But if during the hooding ceremony, if you could hold that in, I would appreciate it. Now, we are ready to hood our first graduate, so I will invite President Underwood to join me at the podium. Will Caitlin Marie Varillo, President of the Student Bar Association, please come forward to be hooded? Caitlin Marie Varillo, the Student Bar Association President for the 2023-24 academic year, will call the names of the graduates of Mercer University's School of Law class of 2024.
Assisting in the commencement ceremony as hooders selected by the class of 2024 are Professors Bonnie Carlson, James Fleisner, Isak Kundawala, and Michael Sabbath. Will Professors James Fleisner and Michael Sabbath please come forward? And will the first row of graduates please rise? Will the marshal please escort the graduates into position? As I read your name, please come forward to be hooded. Caroline Diane Abbey, cum laude. Kaylin Renee Ailes. Anika Akbar, cum laude. Joseph Henry Anderson, cum laude. Katie Anderson, magna cum laude. Lauren Ray Andrews, cum laude. Kester Avila. Lucy Badillo. Jaylee Nicole Bass, magna cum laude. Danielle Bales. Jake Beninato. Bryce Overton Biggerstaff. Philip Owen Blackmar, cum laude. Emma Lee Blue, cum laude. Jordan Stephanie Bracewell, cum laude. Morgan Elizabeth Brady. Benjamin Howard Bruton, Jr. Montgomery Campbell. Mary Alex Carter. Catherine Ruth Churchill. Patrick Charles Edward Clements. Taylor Grace Cock. Matthew Cooper. Shelby Woods DeMyers. William George Derrickson. Nayeli Itzel Diaz. John Ronald Dickey, cum laude. Tara Lynn Dow. Hunter Duke. Tasola Monet Duncan. Olivia Durkin, cum laude. Amanda Chandler Edwards. Daniel Farnham. Taylor Noel Farnsworth. Sarah Michael Farrington. Ellie Madison Gravett. Griffin Daniel Green, cum laude. Stephen Jefferson Greenway, Jr., magna cum laude. Richard Joshua Gregory. Savannah Holly Hall, cum laude. Lawson Andrew Haynes. Lauren Heron, cum laude. Caitlin Lee Isley, magna cum laude. Thomas Johnson III. William Johnston. Guy Hayes Kennemer, Jr. Lakshmi Katheswaran. Zara Khalid. Caleb John Cott, cum laude. Isha Manoj Kumar. Thank you, Professor Fleisner and Professor Sabbath. Will Professors Bonnie Carlson and Isak Kundawala please come forward to hood the remainder of the class of 2024? Ariana Laboy Mena. William Jackson Laddie, cum laude. Walker Vaughn Lee. Rebecca Ruth Lindsay, cum laude. Jeffrey Wade Lovingood. Hannah Grace Marchant. Morgan Paget Mathis. Patrick Matthews. Stephen Jacob McCarthy. Elizabeth Eileen McDaniel, cum laude. Zachary Edward Mikos. Christian Faith Miles, cum laude. Tyler Morris. Avery Mitchum Morrison. Ana Karina Munoz. Ricardo Jorge Nunez. Ria Rajendra Kumar Patel. Natalie Bailey Peak. Jacob Michael Pennanen. Kayla Leah Pfeiffer, magna cum laude. Laura Amanda Pico. Eleanor Everett Porter. Saqib Mohammed Kadir. Miller Peterson Robinson, Jr. Jordan Benjamin Rosenblatt. Mary Janet Scarlett, cum laude. Kirsten Page Ellers Scott, cum laude. Herbert Madison Short, cum laude. Erin Olivia Sinatra, magna cum laude. Teresa Sue Sizemore, magna cum laude. Willie Sizemore, cum laude. Julie Elaine Skinner. Jessie Ann Smith, cum laude. Wood Smith. Josie Sorahan. Jonathan Allen Tabor. Emily Grace Talbot. Grayson Thomas. Sydney Thompson, cum laude. Grace Elizabeth Townsend, cum laude. Samuel Tucker. Hunter Lee Wallace, cum laude. Rebecca Ashley Wallace. Jacob Holland White. Benjamin Butler Williams. Blake Williamson, cum laude. Simone Patrice Wilson. James Dongyoung Yu. Spencer Wiseman. Peter Zakos. Thank you, Professor Carlson and Professor Kundawalla. We have two graduates who have chosen to be joined by family members who are themselves graduates of Mercer Law School. I will announce the name of each of these graduates and the name of the family members who will accompany them. Charlesie Elizabeth Mann, accompanied by her siblings, Olivia Grace DeJean, magna cum laude, class of 2014, and William Sanford Mann, class of 2012. Jillian Elizabeth Wimberly, cum laude, accompanied by her father, James Stephen Green, class of 2013. Congratulations, class of 2024.
Congratulations, class of 2024. We can't wait to see what you all accomplish in the years ahead. Would all please stand for our benediction? Professor Gerwig will bring the benediction. Following the benediction, if you would, please remain in your place until following the recession.
We thank you all for joining us today and celebrate this special day with our graduates, and I join everyone before me on the program in congratulating our newest Mercer Law School alumni. I look out now and I see so many dear faces, and it's hard to let you go. But it's right and it's good to send you forth now into the next steps of your purpose. And as all of us now, graduates and loved ones, staff and faculty, go forth in joy and humility, let us remember our roots. Let us be grateful for all our many blessings. And let us consider the words of John Wesley as we all walk forth into our calling. Do all the good you can, by all the means you can, in all the ways you can, in all the places you can, to all the people you can, at all the times you can, as long as ever you can. Amen.